All right, so today we're going to dive into a story that's about so much more than just food. It's about a man who didn't just open another restaurant, he actually built a culinary landmark from the ground up. This is the incredible story of Chef Amar Chantyal and his restaurant Mount Everest.
And that really is the question at the heart of it all, isn't it? In this explainer, we're going to unpack how one person's dream, fueled by a secret blend of spices, grew into this celebrated business legacy right in the heart of Baltimore. It's pretty amazing. Every great story has to start somewhere. For Chef Amar, it kicked off with a journey clear across the world, landing in a brand new country with a vision that was, well, bigger than anyone could have possibly imagined at the time. So picture this. It's 1996. Chef Amar lands in America. And look, this isn't just some date on a timeline. This is the launch pad for an incredible entrepreneurial climb. It was a huge leap of faith into a totally new world. I mean, just think about how fast this all happened. In only 4 years, he went from being an employee at other Indian restaurants to becoming his own boss, an entrepreneur. He wasn't just learning the trade back then. He was studying the business, soaking up everything he could, getting ready to completely redefine it. To go from employee to owner in 4 short years, that's just pure, unadulterated drive. Okay, so when it's finally time to open his own place, what name does he pick? Mount Everest. And this was way more than just a name. It was a mission statement. It ties directly back to his Nepali heritage, and it signals his ambition right from day one. He was aiming for the absolute peak of his craft. But, having a great name and a big dream, that's just step one, right? Turning that vision into a real growing empire is a whole other challenge. This next chapter in his story, well, it's all about the climb. So that first spot he opened back in 2000, that was basically base camp. But just look at this steady, methodical climb up the mountain from there. A new location pops up in 2008, then another in 2012, again in 2016, and he hits a new peak in 2022. This timeline just goes to show you his success was no accident. It was a strategic, determined expansion over 2 decades. And that brings us to this number, 5. It seems simple, but it's incredibly powerful. 5 successful locations. I mean, in the restaurant business, which is notoriously competitive, that is a huge achievement. It's a real testament to his consistency, his quality, and just a deep, intuitive understanding of what his customers love.
So you gotta ask, what's really driving all this growth? It can't just be about opening more doors. It's about what's happening in the kitchen. This is where we get to the real secret sauce, the heart of it all, the philosophy and the unique flavors that make his food completely unforgettable.
And it all kind of starts with this one word you see on his menus, Julie. It's attached to some of his most famous dishes. So what's the deal? What does it mean? What is the secret that makes these specific creations so different and so popular? Well, here's the answer. It all comes down to his very own proprietary secret masala. And no, this isn't something you can just pick up at the store. It's a special blend that came from his own years of research and pure hard work, all designed to bring an authentic Nepali taste to a global audience. This masala, right here, is the soul of his signature dishes. And these are the dishes that really showcase that soul. You've got the chicken, lamb, shrimp, and Himalayan janelli. Each one is basically a perfect vehicle for that unique secret masala, and it creates a flavor that you just can't get anywhere else. This, right here, is how you build an entire brand from one secret blend of spices. It's amazing.
But check this out. It's not just about his unique dishes. Look at the absolute dominance of a classic. A mind-blowing 90% of his customers order the chicken tikka masala. That's not just a popular dish, that's a phenomenon. And it's actually a brilliant strategy if you think about it. He perfects this familiar gateway dish, which brings tons of people in, and once they trust his cooking, they feel more comfortable exploring his other unique creations. Smart. So how does he pull this off? How does he get that incredible level of quality every single time? Well, it really comes down to this simple 3-part philosophy he lives by. First, he's focused on health, using a super hot 500-degree tandoor oven to cook with less fat. Second, he innovates, adding little creative twists to classics, like putting fresh spinach in his chana masala. And third, it's all grounded in a deep respect for tradition, making sure every dish honors its Nepalian and Indian roots.
But a story like this, it's never just about what happens in the kitchen. A business this successful isn't built by just one person. It grows into something bigger, something that lasts, a family legacy.
Because at the very heart of it all, this is a family operation through and through. His wife was there from the start, and now both of his daughters are right there with them, working in the business. I mean, they're passing down so much more than just recipes. They're passing down a work ethic, a vision, and a shared passion.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you can really see the four pillars holding this whole thing up. It's about proving healthy food can taste absolutely incredible. It's about that constant drive for innovation that still respects tradition. It's the strength you get from family unity. And finally, it's just about sheer endurance, the grit it takes to turn an immigrant dream into a 30-year legacy.
Chef Amar's entire journey started with just one step into a new country and one secret spice blend. He created a flavor that was uniquely his, and then he shared it with the world. And that kind of leaves us with a big question to chew on, doesn't it? What's your flavor? What's the story that only you can tell?